Hello everyone, I'm here to demonstrate BP node running on 300 TPS with ATMs. I'll be using multiple tools from our system. That's mainly several consoles here showing BP node running in the background. Also, we have here system graph monitoring for all the performance on a system. I'm also using here our BPSIM Enterprise testing tool, which is now running 900 ATMs with several modifications against BP node. Here we have main graphs showing BP node processing transactions with such a speed, which is here. Here you can practically see that we've processed so far around 190,000 transactions with 2 errors while loading. Meanwhile, we have a graph where it shows roughly stable 350, 360 TPS in the last 5 minutes. Through the time, you can see that we've been climbing up for past 15 minutes to 360 TPS. That's because of all keys coming in. All ATMs needed to do their key exchanges and downloads. So it really takes a while for all these to ramp up to start processing. Here I have that screen of all device status where transactions are being processed one by one. Let's have a look into some details here. So here this is that main graph where you can see 350 TPS roughly stable at this moment. This is a 5 minutes graph. Important one is response time graph, where you can see that that's probably about 100 milliseconds per transactions average response time, a little bit slipping into 150 milliseconds. Average response times are still very good as well. With all the cryptography, pin translation and everything, it's still very much stable with that processing now reaching 360 stable in here. I also have here our BP node console, so you can see ATMs actually processing in here one by one. We have here transactions being authorized. Each transaction is being stored in a database, so database is under heavy load now, and I'm running it on my local system, so that takes a little to retrieve transactions. Let's wait a little bit longer. Yeah, you see that really there's plenty of transactions happening in a last second, so everything is being approved and processed by number of ATMs, various. All transactions are, for simplification of this test, just withdrawals. Potentially there would be an option to expand on that test to make it more complex, but I think that withdrawals are making that best fraction. Let's have a look on some statistics. So we've prepared some reports here. You can see that database already processed around 2.5 million transactions internally, and then we have here some transaction report which should give us some more reasonable statistics. So it's just today it's roughly 135,000 transactions, but these plus here 600, almost 600,000 transactions being stored in database by now. Let's get back to ATMs. You see transactions being still in here, rotating keys when getting to a number of transactions. Everything is live, happening in front of you. A little bit of performance. So what can be seen here is that BP note is running on roughly 1000 CPU power here, which is 10 cores now, but that's my local desktop, so with a proper enterprise server that should be better. Still, it takes just about 9% of memory, so it's very, very efficient. Last screen here, you can see that transaction flow is much stable. System should be probably able to withstand much higher values still, but that's how it is. Thank you for your time, and let us know how you feel about this.